What's up, everybody? It's your boy here, Mike, again for Flew the Coop. Today we're going to look at this video about a guy in Memphis that decided that he was going to shoot up the house at the behest of his mother because they were running out of chicken. Frankly, I don't even know how to even segue into this video. Let's just jump right into it. Roll the clip.
Red. Detectives say Jonathan Rogers went on the attack in mid-April during an anniversary party, firing several rounds. When the gunfire ended, DeAndre Dandridge, who was trying to break up a fight, was fighting for his life.
In my stomach one time and out. Shot right here, elbow, and my wrist.
Shot 7 times total.
This man was shot 7 times over some type of family disagreement. From what it seems, over chicken. I don't know yet exactly, but we're going to continue. But again, shot 7 times over a family dispute. With family like that, who needs enemies?
Tuesday, he was in a state of shock, learning from WREG the man accused of carrying out the crime was finally behind bars.
Thank God, that works. That works. I'm happy about that. I didn't.
No, I just found this out.
Yeah, you just told me.
Even more shocking, it's alleged Rogers' mother was upset at the party when some guests were, quote, getting too many pieces of chicken.
Oh, shit. Come on. I'm only laughing at this because the young man survived, but can you imagine that? You host a party, some type of event, some type of outing, and you're getting pissed off because you see your guests starting to take too much chicken. Too much chicken, yet you're hosting a party. I mean, was it 1 bucket? How many guests did they have? Did they not figure out the turnout of this party where they were able to do some type of head count and see how many guests they might have? I've thrown a lot of parties in my life. I've been to a lot of parties in my life. I can't recall any host ever, including myself, being upset because my guests were taking too much food. Quite the contrary. I actually wanted to give them more. So, man.
The chicken conflict led Rogers' mother to direct her son to, quote, get the gun. The 22-year-old did as he was told, getting 2 guns. And according to police,
the mother told her son to get the gun. This is the matriarch of the family. This is where we're finding some of the subculture in our black community where we're being raised by single mothers. I am not coming up with anything novel, anything new. We have heard this time and time and time again. My biggest problem with this is it seems like our communities are the most afflicted when it comes to this type of stuff. When we have one head of the household or one head of household, somehow or another, and I don't know the percentages in terms of the Latino or Hispanic community, the Asian communities, in terms of single family homes, but somehow when we find ourselves with single family homes, this is the type of person we have in charge of us. This boy, by the way, he didn't even believe for one moment to hesitate and maybe say, Mom, calm down, it's all good. He just went, it wasn't one gun wasn't enough. He got 2. He doubled down with 2 guns because his mom was being upset, or his mom became upset because the guests were taking too much chicken. I want to believe there were maybe some bigger tensions at play here, maybe from you know how family is. It can get really complicated, but I just don't want to believe this incident was spawned over the lack of chicken. This is crazy.
His big sister, pregnant at the time, was caught in the commotion.
I don't want to be judgmental, but the fact of the matter is, I think a lot of people that live in these coastal states, the coastal elites, I believe they're so out of touch with the poverty that is so pervasive in America. Look at this. She has some type of burned out barbecue grill behind her. It's rusty. There's a paint can on the porch. Maybe this is the neighbor's house, but the neighbor's house isn't that much different from their home. Again, I don't want to be judgmental here, but I don't know if we have this poverty of the mind mentality And this is why we find ourselves in so many situations like this, where we're so irrational. Maybe it comes from poverty of the mind.
That's my brother, that's family. We didn't know it was gonna happen like that. People drinking and words got thrown in the air and young people violent.
Here we go
DeAndre
again.
tried to
Basketball. You have a newscaster is coming out to interview you. You have empty soda bottle, a basketball on the lawn. Okay, fine. Maybe again you're nitpicking, Mike. But if I knew I had a news crew coming to my house, my first instinct would be clean up the yard. I don't know if this camera crew just rolled up on the scene and they weren't forewarned, but you usually, if you know you're going to be on camera, you tend to. It seems like the normal reaction would be to pick up trash, but if you look at this house, there's actually debris everywhere.
DeAndre tried to defuse the situation. Instead, it lit a fuse in Rogers.
Killing your own ain't guys. These kids these days, they get mad, they'll kill their best friend. They get mad, they'll kill their mom.
DeAndre was not only physically hurt, but his heart was hurt as well. Making matters worse, Rogers' very own sister was here at police headquarters helping detectives connect the dots following that celebration that turned chaotic. It has taken nearly 3 months to get Rogers off the streets, months in which DeAndre has not been able to work. Still, there's a glimmer of hope amidst the hurt.
It's justice, because like I say, I've been struggling. I couldn't feed my family. I done sold my car.
Doing what he can to support his family, which was nearly ripped apart by family. In South Memphis, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
Jonathan Rogers remains behind bars on a $130,000 bond.
Ooh-wee. As you can see here, I don't know who is behind this, who's responsible, but if you listen to our political leaders, we must blame this on institutional racism. We have to blame the white man. It wasn't the mother, it wasn't the matriarch of the family. It was the institutional racism that somehow got into this man. He was overtaken by some demonic spirit. And he decided to shoot up his house and shoot his brother-in-law because of chicken running low. Let that sink in for a little bit. This is why I really don't understand sometimes when I look back into the States and you get a little bit more of an outside perspective. Anybody that knows me, I live in a foreign country now here in Europe. I live in Poland, so you might call me a sellout. I'm not a true patriot, but the fact of the matter is, my wife is Polish and I moved out here with her. So it's not like I'm not a patriot. I just don't live in America at the current time. Unless things go woefully south, then probably I will move back to America. But just to look at this from not only a person of color standpoint, but also a person who is a proud American and do my best every day to represent my country to the fullest. It is really saddening to know we've gotten to this point in society in 2023, in this day and age where we're basically fighting over chicken. You can blame alcohol. You can blame and point to whatever byproduct that might have caused this. But when you look at the root of it, it starts in the family home. And when the mother is basically sicking, her son on her son-in-law like some type of wild animal over the lack of chicken, you have to think about this also. They decided to have some type of anniversary, as you heard in this news segment. And if you're having an anniversary or birthday, you would probably see ahead of time, you would order enough food to be provided for the guests. This woman was hell-bent. Not only did she, again, ruin her son's life, he shot his brother-in-law 7 times. So I assume this is attempted murder. He's ruined his life. I don't know. It looks like the young man has recovered, not necessarily 100%. But if this is where we find ourselves, where we can't even get a grasp of our own temperament, it means we're having some psychological breakdown in society or with a particular subgroup, which I always try to classify. Anyway, it's just really sad, and again, I try to make fun of this, but somebody almost lost his life. A man is out of work at the moment. This is a video from last year, and somebody is in jail over chicken. Go, go, go!